SuperCloud Composer now offers a tightly integrated blade solution where several blade enclosures can be managed, monitored, and supported by one single pane of glass. Data center operational staff can deploy infrastructure faster, compose and update compute reliably, provision storage and networking resources efficiently, thus simplifying their lifecycle management activities. Blade administrators have flexibility to perform OS deployments from template-based profiles or deploy an operating system in seconds utilizing SEC's Fast Deploy service, where metadata can be injected into an OS build image. Let's look closer on how administrators can simplify their blade management requirements. So let's navigate over to the pod view for a moment, and let's take a look at the blade enclosure itself. You can see here it's located in SD location 2. If we go ahead and hover over this image, you'll see system at rack slot location 29, and then serial number, SKU, and IP address. If we double click on that image, such as the blade enclosure, we'll see here we can look at various detailed information about the drawer that it's located within the blade enclosure itself in the rack. So let's go ahead and navigate over to the lifecycle management of compute. And the first thing we want to do is we see a large element list here. We want to be able to go ahead and filter or hone in on the blades within the lifecycle management. So we can go ahead and hit the query option here, and let's plug in blade family within the search criteria. So let's just go ahead and do so here. It would help if I spell things correctly. And if we hit return, we'll simply come up with all the various blades within the lifecycle management of the compute list. So if we want to look at a particular blade, we simply can click on the location code here, or locator, and it'll bring up a front and top view depiction of the blade inside the enclosure. All the physical asset collateral is available to you, and then you can look down here and see the CMM that's associated with this blade itself and the switches that exist within the blade enclosure. And by simply clicking on each one of these blue icons here, we can simply go into the switch management interface itself and be able to configure. Or we can also go ahead and click here in the CMM and click directly into the CMM module itself. On the top here, we'll see the carousel view showing you information about the blade itself, what the components that are inside the blade. And then we also have, of course, the lifecycle management that can be performed on this blade, such as in-band discovery, deployment of an operating system, tag management, all the necessary functions that we can perform on this particular blade. On the side card information here, we can take a look at processor information. We can look at memory information, all the various different kind of components within inside the blade can be obtained for the server architect to do some intel on this blade itself. Let's go ahead here and also look at the top level of the blade enclosure. So we can simply click on tree view here and then go up to the drawer configuration of again rack SLUNet 29, and then click here and we can see all the blades that are associated with this CMM module. So if you had a number of blade enclosures within your environment that were populated in a rack, each of them would be stored in the drawer location and then would provide you the association of blades to a CMM location. If you had, two CMMs that were occupied within the chassis for reliability or standby, that would also be populated. But in our case, our use case, we only have one particular CMM that's located in slot number 1.